Hello and welcome to another video from Muazo.co.uk. My name is Nitin and today it's Sunday, a little bit casual, taking it easy. And I thought I'd put something together today that would showcase a number of products and also be some sort of instructional video on how I shave using the Feather Artist Cutthroat Razor. Wood handle, really pretty, I'm going to take you through that, and a set of Feather professional blades. Now, my skin right now might appear a little bit, well, not shiny. That's because I've already prepped my skin by exfoliating and cleansing it with the V76 cleanser. I enjoy using this because it's very subtle, very light, and you can get away with using this every day. If you get a cleanser that's a little bit more scrubby with more elements in it, I would say probably 2 to 3 times a week. But with this one, you can probably use this daily because it's very mild, very light. It really gets the grime out from the hair and away from the skin. I like that. And when you have a stubble like mine, you don't need to scrub hard or scrub intensively, or this, long story short, is going to get it out without stripping away too much of your skin. I'm yet to find a shave brush when rubbing the skin that I actually enjoy using and that doesn't cause any irritation. So I always prep my skin with a scrub. Always scrub first before you shave. It will just get out the grime, get out the oil, and prepare it for the shave. Basically, nothing more to say there. Next, let's take a look at the Feather Artist Artist Club SS. Now this is with the Scotch wood. This is a flip with a Scotch wood handle. Let's see if I can get this focused. There you go. One with the Scotch wood handle. No blade in here. Like all the Feather Artists, this requires a blade to be inserted. Shaving for me, especially on a Sunday, is something that I do for pleasure. That's why I like to use a cutthroat. Now, on with the blade. It's basically an ejector loading. Okay, so it's pretty tricky to show you, but how you would do it is align the hole. There's a little hole there on the tip of this. Align that with the ejector. I know it might seem fiddly, but trust me, it's not. It's just me trying to show you how it's done. Align the hole, squeeze, and push. Just give it a squeeze, it'll drop right in. There you go. And that is set. The Pro blades have a slightly less blade protrusion than the Super blades, which I used last time, and that's because I'm using it on essentially a stubble rather than a beard. For the beard, if you've got long hair, I would definitely say go for the Super blades. And the Pro, I would say everyday use, and the Pro Guard if you're a newbie. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prep this blade by putting it in some hot water. Like I said, my skin is already ready, it's already prepped. It's already washed, prepped. My mirror's here, so you're going to see me looking at the mirror and shaving. So excuse me if it's an awkward angle. Now, what I'm going to do is just wet the skin ever so slightly and apply. Now this comes out as a gel that turns into a foam. See that? So you don't need as much as you think. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a half first. Straight up. And most people would say, hey, you should use a shaving brush. But like I mentioned, shaving brushes tend to irritate my skin. It might work for you, so go ahead. Hence why I enjoy using or prepping my skin with an exfoliator. The blade is now ready. So with a cutthroat, or a flip cutthroat, folding cutthroat, you'd have to take it back on itself. So you open, take it around, and then it's ready. Let it rest. Use your little finger, and almost kind of like your guiding finger. This is the one that's going to kind of just control it. But we are going to let the blade do the cutting. I'm not going to be aggressive with this. Don't be aggressive. Relax, take it easy, and just enjoy the shave. I'm going to sit the blade neatly against the skin, and I'm going to then give it some encouragement. There we go. Just a few passes to get it started, and a little stretch. This is just to cause some tension. There we go. We're on the move. Obviously, for demonstration purposes, this is going to take a little longer. I've been doing this for a while, so I'm quite fast with it. I'm usually much faster with this. So it's just nice, gentle strokes. I'm just going to move the mustache out of the way ever so slightly, just because I want to keep that. Inflate the cheek. Go around. Obviously for me, I'm doing it in the studio. I would suggest you run this under a tap or slightly ever so aggressively to get the hairs out and the shaving foam out. For me, the chin and the neck area are always the most tricky. Obviously the neck area is kind of like naturally tricky because it's your neck. But the chin, I have very coarse, dense beard growth in the chin. So I want to make sure I go with the growth, not against the growth. That's what everyone should be doing. Always go with the growth in the direction it's going. As soon as you start shaving up, all you're going to do is start making the hair grow upwards. So then when you come to shaving down, you'll be going against it and it will just drive your skin nuts. So here we go, onto the chin. Again, the tension is coming from here. You're not going to allow the razor to move or fluctuate. What you're going to do is give it some control, give it some tension. So when there's some pressure, it's not flipping or moving around. All that tension is translated to the blade. You might discover that you're using probably 2/3 of the blade. But when it comes to places that require a bit more attention and detail, you can kind of use the final third, cause some tension, and just get in there. So you're not running the entire blade over one particular area. You're just defining it with the edge. And now I'm going to go for the neck. Now the neck, we all know, is one of those tricky areas and the area that gives you the most anxiety when shaving with one of these. What I can say is if you take your time, you'll be totally fine. So I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm not going to start at the jawline coming down. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. All right? And just in case you're wondering, the scent I've got in the diffuser today, or the vaporizer today, is paperback. Such a nice kind of like calming scent, for me at least. I'll leave a link below for it. You can take a look at my previous video discussing vaporizer oils or diffuser oils. That word is used interchangeably a lot. Okay. Again, you've just noticed me do the neck. Did it pretty easily. I was talking while I was doing it, so it's not as hard as it looks. On top of that, now is where we want to cause some tension, because we want to go in the kind of like more tricky areas where you may have seen me do this in my previous video. You want to be like a toad, like a frog. Inflate the bottom half of your neck. That will cause some tension and allow cause the neck to become a bit more of a wider surface for the blade to run over. I'll show you. And again, if I wasn't talking, I'd be whizzing through this. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a little bit of water, just to cause a bit more lubrication here. Like I said, in the chin, I have very, very coarse hair. Okay, now what I'm going to do is slightly different hold here, just to get the chin. I'm shaving like this, but no, I'm just going to shave. Yeah. Hopefully you can already see the difference. For me, the neck is never a problem. It's always the chin. Don't let the blade scrape across the skin. Let the blade cut down the hair. Oh, so tricky to describe, find the right words, but I'm sure you know what I mean. All right. I'm done there. Apart from this epic sideburn that I've got going on. Let's get that sucker. There we go. So this is my first pass, and I will be doing another quicker pass after this is done. Okay, done. Let's see. How does that look? Half done, half to go. Now the opposite side to your most dominant hand is usually the most challenging side. You have to figure out how you're going to hold it, or what makes it comfortable. I mean, there are many ways that people subscribe to holding a cutthroat razor when shaving the opposite side, but most of the time I find it's kind of like what ends up working for you rather than the kind of like stated norm. but I would definitely say that you'll need to have a number of shaving sessions with a cutthroat to figure out what you actually prefer and what you actually enjoy, how you actually enjoy shaving, what's more comfortable for you. So what I'm going to do now, opposite side is again the most challenging, so opposite to your dominant hand. I'm just going to wet it, get it prepped, get it ready. This is all, like I said, it's already been scrubbed, it's already set. Get a little bit of foam, in this case gel foam, give it a good rub, get it into the area. There you go. So that's ready. Make sure your hands are clean and not wet so the blade does not slip. You don't want that happening. Make sure the blade is clean and dry. Please be careful, do not cut yourself at this point, otherwise you'll end up with half a shaven face and the rest looking funny. Now you don't want that. Turn up like that at A&E. Do you now? Here we go. Opposite side. So, how to describe? If you're right hand dominant, and I've shaved with an L against the right side, I'm now going to take that and go against the opposite side. So I'm not going to flip it, which you can do. You totally can. If you have the dexterity, flip it and shave down. Or you can go the opposite side, just look at a mirror and do it the opposite way. Okay? So you might see my arm a bit, and I might use a mix of both the techniques to get the look I'm looking for. So, let's see. I'm just gonna see how best I can show this to you. And we're in. See, so I went first across the face. Now I'm going to go that kind of like dexterous one. And I would, if you can do this, this is simpler in some spaces, in some ways. Hopefully you can see. It's quite tricky to show you. I apologise, but I'm sure you get what I'm going through. See that? Again, you can see how fast I'm whizzing through this. It's not as difficult as it looks. Hopefully you can see that. Back onto the chin. Yeah. Now what I like about the Feather series is, one, they're all made in Japan. I mean, essentially they can be made anywhere, but I love the Japanese attention to detail. And one of the things that they've done is they've rounded the edges of the actual blade holder. So where the blade is held, this little compartment here, which actually does come apart so you can give it a good clean and a wash, it's actually rounded. So what that means is it applies a little bit of stretch to the skin, causes the blade to run along the skin rather than against the skin. And that's something that they've done in the new Feather Artist series rather than the old series, which has, I believe, was discontinued many years ago. But we only have the ones with the rounded edges. And it just provides a nicer, more comfortable shave. So last bit of major shaving, and it gets so nice and close. I'm just gonna try to whiz through this as fast as I can. Shaving with these is all about practice and patience. Let's take a closer look. Any detail areas that need to be done? Some on the chin as usual. You can just see that there's a little space just here. My hair grows super coarse. Take your time. To that detail area. And we're basically done. I'm gonna go through a second pass, just cleaning everything up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm back. I've done the second pass, even a third pass in some places. I had noticed that I had, rather than shaving, I had essentially plucked the hair out, which did cause a little bit of bleeding, but that's primarily because I've got a few hairs, and you'll probably have a few of these too, that were just growing in the different direction to where I was shaving. This is what I was talking about. So if you shave up, or if you have growth that goes in an opposite direction to the direction of your shave, you can cause irritation and or a cut or a bleed. So I did have a few points here. I'm all done, shaved up, got through to the details, cleaned up under the chin, nice and clean. Got the tash, it's growing nicely. Hair has not yet been done, have left it au natural. And this is it. This is a Sunday. This is a nice day. This is the Sunday shave. I like it. I like doing this, and obviously it would be a lot more neater, a lot more relaxed when you do it at your own pace and your own time. Now, blade maintenance. Give it a good wash, give it a clean, let it dry. The blade does come apart. So you can see, if you can see that, it does come apart. So you can take the whole thing apart, give it a clean, give it a dry, and it just snaps back together. Make sure there's no water floating around, and obviously you don't want water damage on the beautiful wooden handle as well. You know, that's really nice handmade Scotchwood handle. It's got a nice brown kind of finish. It makes a wonderful gift. It's so nice. Look at that. What I like about the folding razor is that you can keep the blade inside, folded, the blade's protected, you're protected. It's pretty sturdy compared to the bar cutthroat, which has no blade protection whatsoever, and you have to make sure you remove the blade when you put it into your traveling bag or wherever, because you want to put your hand in there and cut yourself. Whereas this, the folding type, I really enjoy using. It's just a lot more versatile, and it's more user-friendly in that respect. Now, what did I do with my face after I finished shaving? Did a couple of things. Just move this little bug out of the way. Did a couple of things. One, give it a warm rinse. Just some nice warm water. Rinse the face, got everything off, got all the shaving foam off, took all the stray hairs off, all of that kind of wonderful stuff. Then, completely opposite direction. Super cold water, close to ice cold almost. Got that water and absolutely just drenched the face. The chin, the sides of the face, the neck, everything to bring that kind of like irritation, inflammation that naturally occurs when you shave, and the closing the pores. So just bringing extreme kind of like relief and comfort to your skin, and that's a great way of closing the pores, stopping anything getting in there and causing any inflammation, irritation, pimples, spots, and all that kind of wonderful stuff. So essentially all I've done is wash my face with super cold water to kind of shut everything down and cool everything down, and it's done. You're done. Essentially at that point it is up to you. If you're going to chill for a while, you can leave your skin alone to let your body react to that attention, which will then produce oil over time. If you have naturally oily skin, your oil will come back, you know, within a few minutes, even 30 minutes. The skin will start producing oil that will seal and soothe. However, if you've been rushing out the door, or if you enjoy using aftershave, creams, balms, all that kind of stuff, and that's just how you enjoy shaving, I would definitely recommend using the V76 by Vaughan Facial Moisturizer. This is a very light moisturizer. It's very liquidy. It's very creamy. Well, I want to say creamy. It's very light, but it's very, I mean, like, it's almost like milk. I mean, it's just like, it's not heavy, absorbs really quickly. So what I like to do is, now that I've sealed my skin, now that I've used that cold water to shut everything down, stop the process of the pores being open, and just cool and calm everything down. Apply it to the chin. That's where I like to start, because again, that's where for me the shave is usually the toughest, so that's gonna need some attention. Get it there, and just use a slight amount. You don't need to drench the skin. If you have a huge face, yeah, maybe add a bit more, but otherwise, no, you just need to chill. Get it up here, because your skin will be a little bit dry. It will be, because you've just gone through the process of washing, cleansing, shaving, and everything else in between. I'm just gonna add a little bit more, just to top up a few areas, under the eyes, to the sideburns, to the neck. It's got a nice scent as well. Maybe up to the nose. I'm not putting any on my forehead because I have an oily forehead generally, so I don't usually aim for it. So that will recover really quickly. But that said, there you go. I was just looking at the monitor to see how it looked. It looks alright. I'm happy with that. Nice Sunday shave. Job done. Relaxing. Maybe if this is the first time you're doing it, you've learned, now picked up a skill, you've got the confidence to shave with one of these. I hope you have. If you have any questions, leave them below. Questions, comments below, thumbs up, like button, all that wonderful stuff. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. My name is Nithin. This is Muazo. This was the Sunday Shave. I might stick with that name. Have a wonderful remainder of your weekend, and whatever you're doing, enjoy it. And I'll see you again. Bye bye.